Hey guys, I was tagged by KLXO to do the beauty scenario tag, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump straight into the first question. So question one is, you have to get rid of all of your foundations and you can only keep one high-end and one drugstore. Which do you keep? Well, for me that is really easy. For drugstore, I would absolutely keep my Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. You guys know I absolutely love this foundation. It is my all-time favourite foundation. It was in my Holy Grail products and this is just amazing. I haven't found anything that works quite as nicely as this one does. For high-end, I don't have one. The most expensive foundation that I have ever used or tried or have at the moment is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus, and that's okay, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I do kind of regret buying that one. I did get it at IMATS last year, so I did get it a little bit cheaper, but yeah, it's not my favourite foundation by any means, and that's pretty much, as far as I can remember, that's the only kind of high-end foundation that I've ever tried. So I don't have one for high-end, but for drugstore, definitely the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. Question two, you go for an interview and the lady interviewing you has lipstick on her teeth. Do you approach the subject or ignore it completely? I am the sort of person that doesn't like confrontation of any kind. I will avoid it at any costs. So I would probably just ignore it and not say anything, and then just kind of hope that she goes to the bathroom and notices for herself. Just because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like that would, she'd think negatively about me if I pointed something like that out. Whether or not she would, I don't know, but I just feel like it might negatively impact on whether or not I get the job. So yeah, I probably wouldn't say anything. Question three, you are not feeling yourself and need a pick-me-up. Which lipstick do you put on to make yourself feel beautiful? I kind of had a little bit of a think about this one, and I wouldn't normally, if I wasn't feeling great, my first instinct wouldn't be to put a lipstick on. I'm not really sure what it would be that I would do. I would probably just sit and mope for a little bit, and then I would probably write in my diary for a bit, or sometimes, this is going to sound a bit strange, sometimes I will even sit down and like have a chat with myself and like talk myself through what I'm feeling, and sometimes that helps. But if I was to pick up a lipstick to make myself feel better, the one that I would go for is this one here. This is a Rimmel lipstick. It's the Lasting Finish lipstick in Heartbreaker, and this is just such a beautiful colour. I absolutely loved it. I picked this up last year, and probably around this time last year actually, and I just absolutely love it. It's probably my favourite lipstick that I own, and it's just so beautiful. So this is probably what I'd reach for. Question four, you go back in time for a day to your teenage years. How would you do your hair and makeup differently? I would actually do it. Back when I was in high school, I didn't really do much. I kind of did different things for my hair, but nothing good really. Sometimes I would kind of curl it under, and other times I just kind of left it. I wasn't really beauty savvy at the time, not that I particularly am at the moment, but I am a lot more than I used to be. I quite often would have a perm. I had that a few times over the years, and like the last time that I had it done, it was actually a really bad perm and I looked like a poodle, and it was not a good look at all. It just looked really frizzy and messy, and yeah, it was a bad idea. So hair wise, I would probably just get into a good routine with like deep conditioning it and treating it really nicely. Maybe stay away from heat styling tools altogether, but if I did use them, I'd probably just straighten my hair just to make it look sleek and nice. For makeup, yeah, again, I would do something. I think the most makeup I ever wore in high school was some clear mascara and maybe a lip balm, and that was it. I didn't ever used to do anything. I didn't really know about makeup. I didn't have, my mum's never been into makeup really, so she never kind of passed down any tips or tricks or anything like that, and I don't have an older sister or anything that would have like kind of taught me or anything like that, and my friends weren't really into makeup that much either, so yeah, I didn't really wear that much makeup, so I'd probably just put some kind of tinted moisturiser on, maybe even just a little bit of concealer, brown mascara, maybe a teeny bit of blush just to give some life into my face, and just like a tinted lip balm, I think would probably be all I would do. I wouldn't want to go all out and do a full like heavy made up face, but yeah, just a little bit of something just to kind of bring out my features a bit more, conceal anything that needed concealing, give a bit of colour to my cheeks, and just tinted lip balm for my lips. So that would be what I would do. Question 5. You ask your hairdresser for a shoulder length Pixie Lott haircut, but they hear wrong and give you a pixie cut. Do you A. smile, say thank you and leave and call your mum hysterical? B. cry in the chair and things get awkward? Or C. complain to the manager and demand a refund? Again, this kind of goes back to my not liking conflict of any kind. I would probably just sit there and smile and say, yeah, it looks really great, thank you, and then leave and probably burst into tears, to be honest. Yeah, I remember, I haven't had anything that drastic, but I remember one time going to get my hair coloured and I wanted it a kind of like deep chocolatey brown, and it came out a lot redder than I wanted it to, and I just kind of smiled and said, thank you, that's great, that's exactly what I wanted, and then left and was like, oh my god, I've got red hair, what am I going to do? And in the end, actually, it didn't look that bad and I kind of got used to it and it was okay, but at the time I remember thinking, oh my god, this is not what I wanted and I don't know what to do now. Question 6. Your friend surprises you with a 4-day city break and you have 1 hour to pack. Which do-it-all palette do you pack in your makeup bag? I don't have a palette that kind of comprises of everything, so like face, eyes, lips, cheeks, all of that, but I have an eyeshadow palette that I would reach for, and that is my Makeup Forever, not Makeup Forever, my MUA Undressed palette, which is the kind of Urban Decay Naked dupe, which is just lovely. I'm actually wearing these eyeshadows on my eyes today, and this is just probably my favourite eyeshadow palette that I have. It's kind of like a pre-made palette because it just has everything I could possibly need. The only thing I would say it was maybe missing would be a matte highlight shade for like the brow bone or something like that, but other than that, this is just the perfect palette for me. I absolutely love it. I can get really kind of neutral, soft daytime looks. I can go a bit more dramatic, I can go bronzy, I can go really dark and sultry and smoked out. It's just the perfect palette for every occasion I could possibly think of that I would need for a 4-day city break. So that would be what I would take. Question 7. Your house has been robbed. Don't worry, everyone's safe. But your beauty stash has been raided. What's the product you really hope is there? It's not so much a product as it is a collection of products, and that would be my MAC eyeshadows. Just because, not because they're individually the most expensive thing that I have, but just because collectively they are on the more pricier side of my collection at least, and it's taken me quite a long time to build up this many eyeshadows from MAC, and although they may not be the best quality eyeshadow that I own, they are a really nice quality, and like I said, it's taken me so long to build up this collection. I would probably be really gutted if somebody had stolen this, because it would just take me so much longer to rebuild it, and yeah, I think I would be really gutted if these were missing. And finally, question 8. Your friend borrows your makeup and returns it in awful condition. Do you A. just pretend you haven't noticed, B. ask them to repurchase it, or C. secretly do the same thing to theirs? I wouldn't ever do the same thing to something of theirs. It's kind of a toss-up between kind of just ignoring it or asking them to repurchase it. I think it would depend on what it was. If it was a really expensive, cheap item that I wasn't that fond of, I would probably just let it slide and not worry about it. And I probably just maybe wouldn't lend them much of my stuff in future. But if it was something that I really loved, if it was, say, my MAC eyeshadows and they came back really smashed up, I would probably say, you know, like, what happened? This isn't how I gave it to you. Like, you know, what happened kind of thing. I can't imagine any of my friends borrowing any of my makeup and then returning it in less than the condition that I gave it to them in, and them just kind of thinking that would be fine. I'm sure if any of my friends borrowed something and they broke something or spilled something on a blush or something like that, they would say, I'm really sorry, this happened, you know, I'll give you the money for it, or I'll repurchase it for you, or something like that. They would apologise for it and try to either repurchase it or give me the money for it or make it up to me in some way. I can't imagine anybody smashing an eyeshadow or, you know, ruining a lipstick or something and then just giving it back to me and hoping I wouldn't notice. But if for some reason they did, yeah, like I said, if it was something either really expensive or something that I absolutely loved, I would probably say, like, you know, what happened to this? You know, would you mind repurchasing it or something like that? But if it was something that I wasn't that fond of, or, you know, something that's inexpensive, that's, you know, it's not a big deal for me to have to go and repurchase or something, or if it's just, I don't know, if it's not that damaged, then I probably wouldn't worry about it too much. Like, the friendship is more important than the products. So that was the tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already done this, please feel free to go ahead and do it. I'll leave the questions all in the info bar below, and I will leave a link to Kale's XO's channel as well in case you haven't checked her out, because I think you should. And yeah, like I said, anybody else that wants to do this, please feel free, go ahead and do it. Let me know and I'll come and watch your videos and give them a like as well. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!